Yeast infection or candidiasis is a common problem faced by people who live in hot and humid conditions. Yeast infections usually occur in the intestinal tract, in the mouth or in the vagina. Yeast infection in the vagina is known as vaginitis and it causes itchiness, redness of the exterior of the vagina and the inner thigh area, vaginal irritation and yellowish or white vaginal discharge. More than 75% of women are affected by yeast infection at some point in their life. Many women try over-the-counter medicines and topical creams to treat the problem. However, there are many natural remedies which will easily cure and prevent yeast infections. The most important natural treatment available for yeast infection is apple cider vinegar or ACV. What is apple cider vinegar? Apple cider vinegar has been used for centuries as a preservative and for various cooking purposes. Apple cider vinegar is made by fermenting the apples. Making apple cider vinegar involves 2 steps. Step 1: apples are crushed to form cider and it is mixed with yeast, which will ferment the sugar in the apple into alcohol. Step 2: into the alcohol produced in the first step, acetobacter bacteria are added and by the action of bacteria, the alcohol is converted to acetic acid and malic acid. Acetic acid is the main component of vinegar. Vinegar is the French word that means sour wine. The unfiltered and organic apple cider vinegar contains strands of proteins, friendly bacteria and enzymes. This is called as mother vinegar. According to Hippocrates, ACV has many medicinal properties and can be used as a cure for many health problems. ACV is very effective in curing yeast infections, and here are the different methods for using apple cider vinegar for yeast infections. Here are the properties of ACV which makes it a perfect treatment for yeast infection. Apple cider vinegar for yeast infection. Apple cider vinegar is a natural antibiotic and it helps the body to fight against bacteria, virus, fungi and other disease-causing organisms. This mild acid helps to keep the natural pH balance of the vagina and prevents the growth of yeast infection. Yeast cannot thrive in the lower pH of the vagina. ACV helps to increase the good bacteria in the intestine and in the vagina and improves the immunity of the body against yeast infections. When taken orally, the proteins and enzymes present in the vinegar boost the immune system and help the body to prevent yeast infections. It helps to reduce the blood glucose level and hence very useful in controlling the blood sugar. Diabetic patients are more prone to fungal infections and they can be benefited by the use of vinegar. Simple methods to cure yeast infection with apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar can be used topically or orally to cure and prevent yeast infection. Here are some of the ACV methods that are commonly used to cure yeast infection. You can try out the different methods and can find which the most effective one for you is. Method 1. Take a glass of warm water and add 1-2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar to it. Do not add sugar or honey to it as sugar promotes the growth of fungus. Drink this mixture at least 2-3 times in a day to prevent yeast infection or to cure the infection. Method 2. Mix 1 tablespoon of ACV in a glass of water and drink this mix before the meals 2 times a day. It is better to take this mix on an empty stomach. This natural remedy should be done every day to prevent the spread of fungus. Make sure that you are taking organic ACV. You can also mix the vinegar in fresh fruit or vegetable juice or in herbal teas to prevent the spreading of yeast infection. Also you can use other home remedies for yeast infection. Method 3, soaking. Take 2-3 tablespoons of ACV and small piece of cloth or cotton. Dip the cloth or cotton in the vinegar for a few minutes. Apply the vinegar in the cloth or cotton to the yeast-affected areas. Make sure that the vinegar is low acidic before using this remedy. The preferred level is 5% or less. If your yeast infection is severe, you may experience a burning sensation when vinegar is applied. So, test the vinegar in a small area before applying to the whole infected area. If you feel that the infection is more and you cannot tolerate the burning sensation, then use the diluted ACV. You can mix equal quantities of vinegar and water to dilute the acetic acid and apply it on the affected areas to get faster relief from itching and irritation. Keep the vinegar applied for 115 minutes and wash it off with water and pat dry the areas to remove any moisture. Moisture promotes fungal growth. Hence, always try to keep the area dry. Do this remedy regularly to get complete relief from yeast and fungal infection. Method 4, ACV and tea tree oil. Take 3-4 cups of ACV and half cup of tea tree oil and mix this in your boiling water. Have a bath in this mixture regularly to get relief and to prevent the infection. The tea tree oil also has antimicrobial property and prevents fungal growth. Method 5, Douche. This method is highly effective as it regulates the pH of the vagina and prevents the growth of yeast fungus. Follow the process given below to safely do the douching process. Mix well 3 tablespoons of ACV in 1 cup of distilled water. Use this mixture to douche. As douching process introduces the vinegar water mixture to the vagina, your symptoms of yeast infection like the vaginal discharge and itching will get reduced considerably by just one-time use of the remedy. If you have severe symptoms of the infection, use this remedy at least 2 times a day. Once you see improvement in the condition, you can do the process once in a day. Before using any concentrated vinegar mix, it is better to consult your doctor to know the concentration of the solution to be used for effective curing of the infection. Method 6, as part of your diet. ACV is used in different cooking process as they help in easy digestion of the food and they help in preserving the food. Regular intake of ACV as part of your diet reduces your chances of developing yeast infection as they will help to maintain the pH balance of the body. You can use them in pickling various fruits and vegetables and include the pickles in your diet. ACV can be used in different salads such as coleslaw and can be consumed. ACV is also a well-known salad dressing and it can be sprinkled on baked potatoes and include them in your diet. Method 7, as supplement. ACV is now available in the form of supplement. You can take the supplement in tablet, tonic or in capsule form according to your convenience. Regular intake of ACV in the supplement form helps to improve the immune system and prevents bacterial and yeast infection. Method 8, ACV in bath. Add 2 cups of apple cider vinegar, add it to warm water taken in a shallow container. Soak the vagina in this warm water by sitting on the container. Keep the vagina soaked for at least 10 minutes. Use this remedy till you get relief from the infection. You can also add 2-3 cups of cider vinegar in your bath water and use it for cleansing the body. Repeat the remedy at least twice a day to prevent and cure skin yeast infections and vaginal infection. Method 9, ACV Tampon. You can use tampons dipped in ACV as the applicator of vinegar inside the vagina. This provides close contact with vinegar to the vaginal walls and prevents irritation and itching. Remove the tampon after 10-15 minutes and clean the area with warm water to prevent fungal growth. After showering the body, dry yourself properly so that there is no moisture on the skin, which enhances the chance of fungal infections. You will find a great improvement in your condition after 2-3 soaks. Continue the remedy till you are completely cured of the problem. Important tips. If you want to use ACV for curing yeast infection, you need to select organic, raw and unfiltered and unpasteurized form of the vinegar which contains the mother. This vinegar is acidic in nature and can cause burns when applied without diluting it. It is recommended to use Cv diluted with water, eliminating yeast infections in our body. Never use baking soda to clean the vaginal area if you have a yeast infection. Baking soda increases the pH level and promotes the growth of yeast cells. This can complicate the problem and make Cv ineffective in controlling yeast growth. It is necessary that you avoid sugar or sweet food items when you are having yeast infection, as they worsens the infection. Always use loose-fitting panties when you are having vaginal infection. Include more yogurt in your diet to keep the balance of good bacteria in the body, if you are using antibiotics to treat the problem. All the above-mentioned methods are simple and easy to do, and by using one of these apple cider vinegar methods you can surely get cured of yeast infections and the itching and irritation and discharge symptoms associated with it. Moreover, these Cv methods are natural and do not cause any side effects.